Hello, 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 my beloved souls. It's Woke Wednesday. How are you? I love you. I miss you. Welcome. Um, Full moon in Gemini, right? The last moon, full moon of the year, the cold moon, the moon right before Yule, right? Um, so much emotion is gonna be kind of traversed during this time. Um, you guys always know wherever I'm at in the world, there's like a big portal, gateway activation, something huge going on energetically. It'll rain a lot, or it'll rain wherever I'm at. And I've been dealing with rains and storms and like monsoons and sun showers. It's like almost every form of rain, right? So one, that's like a big shout out to Gaia because she knows that I love the rain, in all of her forms. And water is about purification and emotion when we talk about the tarot, right? And so I feel like there's a lot being cleared out of the collective right now. There's a lot of emotions that are surfacing, right? Really bubbling up. And we're having to deal with it. We're having to look at it. We're having to feel it, to lean into it, to acknowledge it, to stop trying to be oblivious, right, to the beautiful lessons that are before us. And if you're here resonating as like a way shower, a light worker, divine masculine, divine feminine, star seed, someone who's just really like tapped into like the multidimensionality of themselves and understands themselves really at an energetic level. Um, we're kind of being fast tracked, right? There's almost this energy of acceleration going on right now, which is funny because we have Mars retrograde also in the sign of Gemini, right? So we got Mars retrograde in Gemini, and Gemini is really about communication, right? It's ruled by Mercury, I want to say. So the sign of like communication and also the balancing of what our masculine and our feminine, our light and our shadow, right? Because Gemini is the twins. So we're having to take a look at our shadow. We're having to take a look at our light. We're having to take a look at our purpose. We're having to take a look at our mission. We're having to take a look at our relationships with others. We're having to take a look at our relationship with ourselves, right? And we're really seeing all of this with a little bit more clarity. Um, Mars being retrograde means Mars is slowing down a little bit. So instead of like that push, that fire, that ambition, that passion, that kind of like aggressive energy at times that Mars can come with, we're taking a step back and being like, what's the best use of this energy? Or where can I focus the creative energy that I do have? How can I shift this so that I don't have to kind of like kick the door in, but I can gently open it, right? So um, taking like a little bit of a quieter time. And then we have the beautiful Gemini energy, which is really opening us up to communicate. So, how are you speaking to others? How are you speaking to yourself? How are others reflecting back what you think about yourself, and how are they speaking to you? Right? Because we have all these different reflections around us on a day-to-day basis of what's going on within us. Right? So, how are you honoring your voice, your inner voice, right? Are you speaking life over yourself? Or are you speaking death and curses over yourself, right? Is it, oh, I'm tired and I'm hungry and I'm bored and I'm broke and I'm frustrated and I'm angry and I'm bitter, I'm resentful, I'm sick, right? Those are all speaking against yourselves, right? Little curses, little forms of black magic, but speak life over yourself, right? Because the I am, two most powerful words in the freaking universe, right? Like that claims your divinity, your Elohim, right? So it's I am great, I am wonderful, I am extraordinary, I am love, I am gifted, I am talented, I am abundant, I'm prosperous, I am rich in all things, I'm expansive, I'm magnificent, I am joyful, I am high vibrational. Um, I'm in alignment with my truth. I am on path to my goals, like just speak life over yourself every day, right? Right. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I'm savvy. I'm financially abundant. I'm spiritually awakened. I'm aware. I'm into like just pick some things, right? Start putting it out there. All these words of love, right? Really pump it out there. So all these emotions coming up, all of this energy about communication, right? And so the emotions that are coming up, some of them are going to be very triggering, right? Especially because we're near the holiday season and we tend to like go home or we deal with like family and friends and kind of like loved ones. Or this is a holiday season, maybe we don't have all of that available to us because those people have maybe crossed over to the other side of the veil, right? So then we have all of these emotions bubbling to the surface, right? About ourselves, about these dynamics, about our communities and our tribes and, you know, our blood family and the family that we've like kind of created over the years. And then the commentary that might be coming from the people in these different circles of ours, right? Whether they're speaking life over you or they're speaking fear over you or they're speaking, to you from their egoic sense. Um, all of that is coming up to the surface for us to kind of like tap into it, right? You got to feel it to heal it. So I want to acknowledge. I'd rather know the enemy that's in front of me instead of the friend stabbing me in the back, right? It's that kind of energy. Like let it all come up, let it all surface up. Don't allow the things that are being projected onto you to become something that you embody. Understand that some of these things that are being reflected back to you are just showing you where you need to do a little bit more work and you need to go a little bit deeper. You need to activate a little bit better. And also, because we're in this energy of like acceleration, right? Again, if you're like a light worker, Waisho, or shaman, witch, something like that, someone that works with energy, you're gonna see that your lessons are coming quicker, right? Because they normally come, what do they say? Like lessons come in like sevens, right? So it used to be like 7 months, 7 years, 7 decades, 7 days, whatever. But it's like for some, it's gonna be like 7 minutes. It's like you're gonna do something and then boom, like you say something and then boom, you do something and then boom, like that karma is instant, right? And what's karma? It's just the law of reciprocity, right? You put something out, it comes back to you 3 times. It's not always a negative thing. So you're going to see that the lessons that you need to learn, you're going to be learning in a really accelerated way. That the things that you say, you're going to be getting that energy back to you in a really accelerated way, right? And so that can be very triggering, if you're still dealing with doing a lot of shadow work. Or it could be liberating because then you have an awareness of what's going on, and instead of it taking you 3, 6, 9, 12 years to figure it out, it's like boom. Oh, I started, it's already done. Cool. 3 months next, 3 days next, 3 weeks next, like you're on it, you're on it, you're on it, you're on it. So really expansive time for you. Just allow yourself to really feel during this time without judgment, without criticism, but to really just open up your heart to the beautiful gifts and energies that are coming in for you at this time. All right. So let's get to it. So thank you, angels. Thank you guys for being here with me and the beautiful woo woo crew. We're gonna pull from the Work Your Light Oracle as well as from the Starseed Oracle today because the Starseed energy has been so potent around the planet. So many star seeds are starting to awaken. You may have just recently awoken yourself. Archangel Michael's been here a lot, really helping to support us in all these transformations. Because there's just a lot going on, right, for the collective. And then we're also going to pull cards from Gaia. Oh, look, I'm sorry. I was going to go to the bottom of the deck, but we're going to start here. Star Mother. Always gives me the energy of Mother Mary. How can you mother yourself? So how can you nurture, love on, value, protect yourself at this time? All right. We just feel into this energy. How can you take that energy of love and kind of like hug it and draw it back in? Right? How can you take that beautiful nurturing consideration and compassion that you're so willing to give to others and draw that back in? And maybe if that's an energy that you're not used to, maybe this is the time that you need to start, right? Learning to nurture yourself, learning to love yourself, learning to value and honor yourself, right? Especially if you happen to be more in masculine energy and not really comfortable with your feminine, like this is the divine feminine energy coming in and being like, this is safe. It's okay for you to feel. It's okay for you to cry. It's okay for you to be upset, right? Like let's honor these emotions. Let's let them pass through, and then let's talk about it, right? And then let's talk about it. Bottom of the deck, we have Pillar of Light. Yes, you are. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So many beautiful light workers are starting to work and awaken across the globe, right? Light workers twin flames, divine masculines, divine feminines, star seeds, right? There's activations going on. And the more you come into alignment with your truth, the more you know and value yourself as this beautiful expression of the divine, right? This multi-dimensional expansive being, right? We're here in these temporary, meat suits for a little while, and they're fun and they're awesome, and we get to play and like do all these things with this avatar. But at the end of the day, we're a soul, right? And we come in to anchor our light. So the more you're anchored in and grounded in, which is why we always connect with the beautiful Gaia, right? Um, as you raise your vibration, right? One person that's in alignment with their truth, with their light, that's at a high vibrational energy, is stronger than a million people that are not. And so many of you have just recently awoken, or many of you may be not many of you, but a lot of you have just recently awoken to this journey, to this path, to these other aspects of yourself, right? You're starting to remember, you're starting to cut online, you're starting to get it. But for those of you that have been moving around a lot or feel like you're constantly being shifted, understand that sometimes your light needs to be anchored in different places, right? And so you're this beautiful pillar of light where you come in, you get to ground, you get to, you know, um, dig roots deep down in that area and really activate that area, really awaken it. 1111, I'm saying. Activate it, awaken it, heal it, right? With your own beautiful energy. Shine a light in that area where it might have been a lot of darkness. And let me tell you, the amount of darkness that we are starting to become aware of on this planet is, I would say excessive, but I feel like it's not because I feel like it's a dual universe. So obviously, like it is what it is. But my beautiful light workers, the 144,000, like all of you, you may be drawn to areas where there's a lot of darkness and chaos and drama going on, right? And it may seem suffocating at times, right? To be in these situations where it's one kind of like chaos or trauma or negativity after another, right? It's living your life in one world, right? Let's say you're like Princess Jasmine, right? And you're in the castle, right? From Aladdin. All you know is your castle on the grounds, right? Like you can see the people from outside, but you really don't really know much about them, right? You hear stories or whatever. And then taking yourself out of that environment and kind of like dressing up to fit in according with, the regular people and seeing life from their eyes and their perspectives and how they're having to deal with things. And realizing that everything you thought you knew, you really didn't know, right? Like it's like completely oblivious, completely dysfunctional at times, right? And it can be a little bit scary. But being taken into these areas with your beautiful pillars of light, with the tools and the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding that you've incarnated with throughout all of these lifetimes, right? And you're activating this light and you're going to these areas to learn as Jesus did, right? We're going to come in, we're going to learn what it is that's going on. We're going to get hand to hand, like lessons, right? We're going to get our hands dirty. We're going to get in the midst of everything. We're going to see it. We're going to feel it. We're going to try to understand from different people's perspectives. And then we're going to take that beautiful light energy and we're going to transmute it, right? We're going to shift the whole area. We're going to be like, okay, got it. Heard your story. Understand. Cool. Now let's get to it, right? Let's fix it. It's like if you're going to consult at someone's place of business, right? And you're kind of like looking at, you're listening to all the stories, you're getting the details from the different representatives, different departments, whatever, and then you take a step back and you're like, all right, big picture, what are we trying to do? Cool, let's plug in this hole, 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 right? And so you're being drawn right now to plug in a lot of holes. And it can feel exhausting. It could feel exhausting. It's almost like I laugh with my kids all the time, right? Because they're like, Mommy, do you ever have a day off? And I was like, heaven doesn't close. Like I'm like, heaven doesn't close. So if God's open, I'm open. As long as if I'm awake, then this is what I'm doing. I'm doing some type of thing with the Most High and the beautiful teams of light around us for the collective. Like it is what it is. Like it doesn't bother me. It's not like I feel like I'm like, worn out, but it's just like, hey, heaven doesn't close, right? And so that's kind of like where you're at, and you're starting to understand that like sometimes it's going to be a conversation over here that you have to kind of like see, hear, understand, and be able to kind of transmute those energies. Or maybe you're the voice of reason or the calm in the room, or maybe you have to walk over here and help to like clean up this mess, and then you got to go over there and help to like fix something over there, right? But understand that your light is needed in a lot of different places, and you're going to be anchoring that in all around the collective, right? All around the globe, really. So whether you're doing it by physically moving your physical avatar to different locations and doing these pillars of light, or if you're just like holding space for these different areas and transmuting and sending your light energy over there to help activate that area, right? Either way, you're doing the damn thing. So trust in these gifts, trust in these alignments, trust in the information that's coming through you, right? Because they also said that you are the oracle, right? So look what's behind this card. I can't even make this up. Get grounded. That's so funny. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature, right? That's why we always connect with Gaia. I love that. But you are the oracle, right? And so I feel like some of you at this point may be like I said, you're gonna go over there and have a conversation with someone over there, right? You walk away, you have no idea what y'all were just talking about. No idea. They came to you and were like, "Oh, remember you said?" You'd probably be like, "No," right? Because the information is coming through you, right? It's not for you. I don't know how many times I've talked to people or do spiritual calls to people, and I've like started recording stuff now because I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? And it's not like I'm not trying to be funny, but I really don't remember because that information wasn't for me. It was for you. So once you give me like the reminders, then I'll be like, oh, okay. And I'll kind of like tap back into kind of like that moment. But the moment came and the moment went because that was your information, right? And so for many of you, it's like that. It's like you're having these deep, profound conversations. You have information coming through you that you're not even aware that you know, but you know it in that moment because it needed to come through you. And as you're talking to people and channeling that energy and anchoring your light in other areas, you're also um, having a remembrance and activating your own inner DNA codes and your own awakening at the same time. It's a really beautiful energy, but I know it can feel a little exhausting, but I got you. Okay. Trust me, you're not alone. Look, take a break. Take a break. Yeah, sometimes you need to sit down, right? Go connect with nature, get outside, hug a tree, get your feet in the grass, go into a body of water. If it's raining where you're at, go stand in the rain, take a salt bath, whatever you can do. Um, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. This is an eternal game. Like I said, these beautiful physical avatars that we're in right now, they're amazing. They're awesome. Love you to my body, right? To my body all the time that I love it because it's keeping my soul here, right? And we're doing a lot of work, but we have time, guys, right? Like in the human construct, everything needs to happen like this, right? I'm from New York. Trust me, we do things in the New York minute. Like the rest of the world basically drives us crazy because we're like, hurry up, But a lot of the work that you're doing here, especially as a light worker, a starseed, a way shower, right? It's gonna take a couple of lifetimes to kind of like get it done if that's your path, right? So there are certain parts of this beautiful path that we're on that are being accelerated right now, right? But they're accelerating us so we can get to the next level and have a little bit more fun, a little bit more deliciousness going on during this time instead of it just being like work, 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 work. They're like, no, get over that lesson so you can move on, so you can get this thing, so you can walk into this blessing, so you can go have life, like live life happily ever after. So it's like you're hitting these lessons, but you don't have to do everything this lifetime, and you're not going to get everything done this lifetime. And you're not wrong for not figuring it all out, right? Some people are just gonna take the back roads this journey, and that's cool. Some people are just gonna walk, and that's cool. But there are others, right? There are others of you that are on the jets, that are on the expressways, that are on the highways. You're like, I'm trying to get to the next thing because I want to see what's over there. And we're like, cool. You want to hurry up and get over there? Cool. Hurry up, take this test real quick. Let me see what you know. Let me see what you don't know. You don't know that? All right. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. Ready? Go. Next. Right? So some of you light workers are thrill junkies, right? this this lifetime is gonna be um a little intense for some of you because of the fact that you kind of want the accelerated thrill junkie version of your life lessons, right? And some of those lessons are gonna seem like, what in the entire fuck? Like my whole world just kind of like imploded at the same time. It's like, cool, yep, because you're learning all these different lessons at one time, right? And some of you are gonna do a little slower, right? You're gonna take a little journey, you're gonna go down a rabbit hole, you're gonna dive deep into something, you're gonna get your teeth into something and just kind of like sit with that for a moment. And then when you sat with it and there was enough, you know, life will bring you the next lesson, right? But there's no wrong way to go about it. That's awesome. And look, we're at a full moon now, and this crescent is reminding me towards like, feels like new moon energy. So between the full moon and the new moon, you know, if you can get some rest, I know, like I said, we're like kind of in the midst of holiday season, but take a break, sit down, chill out. You know, we have the kids about to go on break with schools here in the Northern Hemisphere. So do your thing. All right, inner temple. Look, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. Again, Gemini with the twins, right? Balancing our light and our dark, our masculine and our feminine, right? As within, so without, as above, so below. All right, that energy. Connecting with nature, right? Getting grounded, getting centered, meditation. Okay, and woo, no, wait, postpone, pause, say no, pause. I feel like that's that take a break energy. So again, Mars is retrograde, it kind of slow things down. Just take a step back for a second, right? Take a step back. Stop trying to force things to happen before you create chaos unnecessarily, right? We want to focus our energies and not just strike anything and eventually like cause a fire. No, we want to use our energy like we would like a sun ray through a magnifying glass, right? We want to be very, very focused with our intention, laser focused. Okay, nothing wrong with chilling out sometimes. All right. Thank you, angels, guides, galactic star family. What do we need to know? What do we need to see for this full moon in Gemini? Your art's going to be different. Your creations are going to be different through this transit. Many of you are feeling frustrated because your creative endeavors you feel have been kind of like stifled, or what do they call that? Like writer's block, right? Something like that. So that's a temporary energy. That's nothing to get frustrated about. The reason that some of that has stopped is because that's that energy of you need to take a break, you need to chill out. Um, you need to shift your energy into something different, into something more, and then come back to it. You know, it's like, say you're working on a project and you get to one point, you just like can't figure it out. You're getting frustrated, getting tight. You keep looking at it over and 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 over again. But no matter how many times you look at it, you keep saying the same thing. You're not getting your answer. You're getting frustrated, right? So what do you do in that moment? Get up, go take a break. Let me walk away for a second. Let me clear my head. Let me go grab a coffee. Let me go grab a tea. Let me go do something else so that I can come back with like fresh eyes, right? Sometimes you need to literally like take a step back from something, whatever you're working on, and just step back from it. You can step over here and look at something and see it in a whole different way than you did when you were like standing right in front of it, right? So that's this energy right now. It's like just chill, take a step back, maybe go over there and look at it, maybe turn the paper around. You know, if you're working on like something physical, shift your energy, shift your vibration. Um, yeah, shift your energy and shift your vibration, and that will allow that creative energy to start flowing through again. So don't get frustrated during this time. Okay. That was such a random message. I had nothing. I didn't even see the cards. Like I don't even know where that came from. I do know, but it was just funny that that was like a whole thing. All right, lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. We did talk about this, right? I said all the things that you're incarnated with, right? You've done this. You've been here, done this, which is why they also were like, hey, this is eternal. You don't have to get it all done right now. Like, go relax, go chill out, right? And you've been doing this for a while, so once again, I know that we're on an accelerated path. I listen, I get it. It can feel exhausting, right? It feels like you just keep being taken to these fucking areas and situations where there's some shit you gotta transmute, and it's not even like small little shifts, right? Because we get that always anyway, right? Because our life is filled with freaking miracles. So we get all of that little magic on a day to day, but there's like bigger things going on, like beneath the surface that are making us be like, huh, like, wow, so the fuck, like it's just overwhelming. It's just overwhelming. And you're being called into these areas more and more and more and more. So do what you remember to do, right? You'd be surprised how often you're in the midst of something and you're activated and you just understand and you know. And you don't know how you know, but you know that you know that you know that you know, right? That's this energy right here, right? Really beautiful gift. Really beautiful gift. So don't talk yourself out of um I don't even talk yourself out of. Don't deny, the truths when they come online to you. Now, if you touch somebody and something happened in that moment because you visualize like they're healing or whatever, honor that, right? Don't brush it off as a coincidence, right? Start keeping a journal. Start acknowledging the things that you've done, the conversations you've had, the energy that you sent out, the downloads that you're receiving, the signs, the synchronicities, because these are all a part of your pathway, taking you to your highest, your um leading you to your greatest good, right? Taking you to your best timeline at this time, right? So you really want to shift and your, why am I stuttering? Oh, Mars retrograde. It's like a Mercury retrograde. You're traversing these energies, right, from all these different lifetimes, and then you're bringing it all in here now, right? And so your soul is having a remembrance at this time. That's what this whole awakening is about, right? And so the healings that are coming through are not by chance, right? The oracle messages that are coming through are not coincidence. You being in those certain situations, in those certain rooms, having those certain conversations, this is all a part of your divine plan, right? You've done this before, you're doing it again, so step into it, lean into it, right? Allow yourself to transform during this time. It's such a gift. All right, weight of the world. Ugh, I said I know it's heavy. I know. I'm not listening. I'm right here with you. Bitch tired. Okay. Boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. You see how she's floating on her back, right? Completely relaxed, just like allowing the buoyancy of her body to just let her flow. Like this is us just leaning back into the divine, leaning back into the arms of our angels and being like, you know what? Tired. Y'all got this today. I'm gonna go do something else, right? This is taking that break. This is walking away. This is pausing. This is shifting our energies. This is not working ourselves into a grave. This is not thinking that we need to solve all of life's problems for everybody else. As much as you may want to bring a whole bunch of people along for the ride as you're ascending, guess what? That may not be their time. It may not be their path. And stop trying to jump in and save other people from their life lessons and their karma. You don't know what you're interrupting over there. Be a support, be a guiding light, of course, be someone who holds space for them, right? And encourage and empower, but don't get in the way. Message. Okay. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. I love all of these messages, like repeating, right? Complete surrender. Surrender to the alchemy of life. Allow what you're remembering and what you're knowing to truly come forward. All right. Allow it to come forward. Allow it to come through. This is that time. Ooh, it's really starting to rain. My computer's getting wet. All right. Karmic relationships. Orion energy. Polarity. Soul growth. Conflict. I just said. Stop getting in people's way of their learning and their growth and their ascension. Right. Some of the people in your life are not coming along for this ride because they weren't meant to. They were your karmic teachers, placed in your life for certain lessons, for certain seasons, right? Can't stay there forever. And that conflict energy, that's this Gemini full moon, communication with Mars retrograde. Like I'm telling you, as you get triggered over the next few weeks, in coming months, and things start getting under your skin, like take a step back. Don't embody that stuff. Don't allow projections to get under your skin. Allow it to be water off a duck's back. And if it's not, and if it's really getting to you, guess what? Triggers lead us to our deepest levels of healing. So thank it for showing up, for showing you like, hey, I need to deal with this shit because obviously this is still bothering me. And then jump on that freaking expressway and hit that accelerator button because you're about to learn a great lesson. Your awareness is a huge activator in all things. The gorgeous peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Look at you guys. Let yourself be seen. It's time. I'm telling you, you guys, so many of you have just woken. Welcome, 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 welcome. Right? I'm here. I'm always here for the shits and the giggles. Welcome. Like, I love it. It's fun. It can be exhausting, but once you really tap into this energy, once you allow yourself to play with this energy and just realize like how delicious it is to be multidimensional, to be a child of the divine, to be an expression of the divine, right? To have the beautiful God and goddess within you like activated, to be able to have all these beautiful energies shifting through you and sharing it with the collective, right? Whether it's through like your art or your healing or your food or your words or just your very being, right? Like you just being here and being fully present and being fully you, and then just enjoying all the deliciousness around you. It's powerful. It's a powerful time. Welcome. I love it. The seeds of Mintanka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. That's where we're at right now. And look at that, more water energy, right? So for some of you, your water signs, and it's just lit for you, right? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, whether that's your sun, moon, or rising. Um, but I feel like just for everyone in the collective, there's just so much emotion, so much healing going on, right? And we're really just shifting it out, right? Using water. You can do like a water fast at this time as well, right? To really start cleansing your body out. It'll be a great, um, some of you need to do that. Do a water fast, get into a body of water. All of that's really potent for you at this time. All right? Stone people, vigilance. Look, even more water. I love it. Hold your ground, stand your ground. Know your truth. You're awakening. You're multifaceted. You're a starseed. You're a light worker. You're a way shower. You're part of the woo woo crew. You got all this stuff going on. You're being shifted into all these different areas where all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, I'm a seer. I'm a reader. I have all these gifts that I didn't even know was a thing. Stand your ground, right? People are going to come at you a little crazy during this time. I'm telling you right now. How you traverse the energies is all on you, right? Um, Water for duck's back, right? Water for duck's back. It's not even that serious. Look at where you're healing and clearing. This is why we do the work that we do, right? And this is why it's such deep cellular work and activations that we deal with. Right? You guys are going to start seeing on my website, I'm doing activation kits, right? Because there's such deep cellular work that needs to happen, right? Whether it's for how we're loving ourselves or shifting these energies when we awaken or bringing more like financial abundance into our life or opening up to spirit. Like there's all these different levels and different layers of ourselves. But as we activate our healing, as we activate the dormant DNA within our bodies, right? We show up here in this beautiful multi-dimensional self and we're able to expand even more. Like this is going to be a really big time for you guys. Really big time. You're doing a lot of inner work, right? And everyone's so proud of you. Look at this perspective. Sometimes you got to take a step back, right? We just said that. Sometimes you got to take a step back and realize like this thing is not that serious, right? Get a much greater perspective. Look at the big picture. No woe is me stuff. More water, waterfall, effortless. Effortless, right? We're floating in the seas of life. We're allowing just our bodies to just, the buoyancy of our bodies to just float around as we know we're being taken care of. And all this rain, all this water is just healing and helping us to traverse these energies even more, right? We want to feel it to heal it. We want to allow ourselves to honor every emotion that we're going through. And then we're going to shift through it. Crystals with focus. Some of you, maybe you should be working with crystals, right? They'll help to activate you at this time. You can hold them, wear them, rub them, whatever. Use them during your prayers and meditations. But again, it's like the sun ray going through the magnifying glass, right? We want to make sure that our power isn't just all over the place and causing fucking accidents and forest fires. No, we want to have really focused energy so that we can maneuver these things effortlessly, right? We know what the big picture is. We put our address into the GPS, and now we're going. And the path may not be the one we thought, right? Maybe we're not taking, I-95. Maybe we got to take Route 66. We don't know. But at the end of the day, all roads lead home, right? And we're still gonna get there. And you're still gonna get there. All right. Take your time during this time. Take a step back when you need to. Understand that when you're being activated during this time, that is exactly what's meant to be. Right. These energies are coming through at this time because you're finally ready for it. So open yourself up to it. Right. And then focus and get clear. Like I said, write these things down. If you're having dreams, if you're having visions, if you're like hearing things, you're telling you all of our clears are starting to come online. So if you thought you were like a little sensitive and psychic before, like, that's why it's about to grow. Shield and protect yourself. I'm telling you, I always got something going on. I always got something going on. I don't play with my energies at all. Be surprised what you keep in your bra and your panties, okay? And then we have fire, passion. This is Sagittarius season. We have a stellium in Sagittarius at this time. So although Mars is retrograde at this time, which has kind of knocked a little bit of our passions out, we are given or are being gifted the ammunition, the fuel that we need to kind of get these things done. So as you're being accelerated on your paths of like healing and growth and development and awakening all your clairs and using more of your spiritual and psychic sides, right? Like all of that stuff is really being accelerated. Our lessons are being accelerated, right? So that we can get through this to the next level. So you're going to be using your passions for your highest and greatest good, right? And we're not going to just be wasting this beautiful, passionate energy with different fuck boys and fuck girls, right? No, we're gonna like use our energy and focus it on something good so that we can take ourselves to our highest and greatest timeline, right? Anyway, oh my gosh, guys, I didn't mean to go this long, but I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Happy full moon, and I'll see you soon. Later.